Ab. You know
Yay.
what I'm saying?
Yay.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the MicDrop podcast. It's your boy Alex Ward Do with my boy Biddle. You know what I'm saying? Biddle, say what's good to the people, bro.
What's going on, y'all? How y'all feeling? Y'all watching the NBA finals or the playoffs?
Bro, you seen that Timberwolves game?
I did,
Bro, Edwards
man.
is
And
balling now, bro. That
and
nigga might be
man,
the future, for real.
listen, face of the NBA, man. Bro
You
is
think so?
I think so. I think it's only a matter of time. Obviously,
Would
you
you?
got, Steph, you got Bron, but like I don't know how much longer Bron gonna play. And then Steph, what is he, 35, 36? I give it like
Damn,
3 years.
definitely is 35. Damn, I'm old as hell.
Right, bro. I give
That's
it I
crazy.
give it I give it 3 years. I think Bron might play like two more after this year. I don't think he ain't gonna I don't think he gonna play longer than Steph. Um but yeah, I think once they're done, bro is next up for sure.
You,
Like he's
you
got
think
the
you think LeBron only has 2 years left?
I mean he could play more than 2 years, but I think I don't see it. Like after this year, two more seasons, he'd be what? He turned
He'd be
41
40?
that second season.
He's 40 right now? Oh, the
No, he's
second
39.
season. Oh, okay.
Yeah, after that second season, he'd be 41.
Bruh, that nigga's a robot, bro. At this point, it wouldn't surprise me if he played
Like I
three,
know he could play,
four.
he could stretch. He could probably play five. Like if you're being
Yeah,
honest, but I don't think
play
I
less
don't think he
minutes.
wants to play until the wheels fall off. Like I think, you know what I'm
Wants to
saying?
go out on top type shit. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So I think definitely long enough to play with Bronny, Bryce. I don't know about all that's up in the air, but like
How old is
that's why I
Bryce?
say I give it 2 years. 'Cause I think Bronny's he entering the draft. I do think he would get drafted if
I
he's
think
for
I heard
real about
something
that.
about Bronny where it was like he declared for the draft, but he also like entered the transfer portal at the same time. I didn't even know that was
He did.
possible.
I didn't know it was possible either. I thought like once you declared it was a wrap.
Yeah, yeah, that shit is
So
crazy.
I don't know. I know he's gonna get picked up by somebody though.
Mm.
Somebody playing the long game or the short game of
You think,
wanting to get LeBron.
what's the chances you think it might be the Spurs? Because I'm hearing a lot of Spurs and it's Wemby talk. That would be crazy, but I don't know if
I
the
don't. I
script
don't.
writers got it in there.
Yeah, I don't. I don't think he's a. From what I'm seeing, I don't think he's a lottery pick.
Yeah, no.
So I don't. I don't know. But I mean, obviously, they're gonna have another pick. So I don't know how far he'd fall.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm not even super familiar with this class, to be honest, man. I was watching straight like women's side. Like I don't even know. I couldn't name five people. I could name three people this year.
I
So
probably couldn't even name three people. I know all I know is all I know is like that Zach Edey
oh,
guy.
okay. There's one. Yep.
Yeah,
Zach.
Purdue guy. Who are the other two
But
that you know?
that one dude, the DJ dude from was it NC State?
NC State.
So
Oh yeah, yeah. Okay, I know him.
him, Zach, and then it get kind of murky after that. So I
I know
don't.
that one dude from Duke that's like a senior, I think now, because I'm a Duke fan. I forgot
Okay.
his name though. Damn, what was his
See,
name?
no clue. I,
That's crazy,
I don't know,
man. Like
dog. Yeah,
I never would have thought that I would be like so into women's college basketball, but yeah, this year was like an anomaly season, bro. Like
yeah, yeah.
I can name probably 7 to 10 names.
It was crazy, man. Yeah, I'm excited for the season too, like the WNBA season.
Yeah. What you think about like all these people talking about like the whole like pay disparity in the WNBA and like because me personally it's like I don't really understand that because it's like if you're not making enough revenue to pay your people, I don't know how you can
Hmm.
expect that much more of like a
Yeah,
raise and like you know.
yeah, that's I think that's it. There's just not that big a pool of money to be able to pay. So I get it, but I also think that it's going to be growing like pretty exponentially in the next, however many years. You got Caitlin Clark, you got Paige coming next year, and then 2 years after that, you got Juju, and I'm pretty sure some other stars are gonna,
Mhm.
arise as well. So like, it's definitely growing. So I don't know if it'll ever get to the same, as men's, but like it's gonna be it's gonna be a lot more comparable, I'd say, for sure.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I
Yeah.
feel like we're gonna look at this draft class kind of like the 96 draft class almost, or like
Right.
LeBron's draft class.
Yeah. Because they had some. I think what'll help, and I've heard other people talk about this, is if they drop that age limit thing, or that they got to play all 4 years.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think if they drop that, I mean, like, not to say like everybody's ready after freshman year or anything, but they might be ready after sophomore, junior. You know what I'm saying? So they can come like a year, 2 years earlier. So
yeah.
yeah, having to wait that 4 years is, I feel like it's not necessarily taking away um anticipation, but it's taking away that draw that the WNBA could have.
Exactly, like the potential they could have in the long term.
Yeah,
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
yeah, yeah. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. But I mean, either way it goes, like this, it's definitely trending in the right
Yeah,
direction.
definitely for sure. So, shit. Before we get into the obvious, Drake, AI diss track and all the hip hop glory and all the fun, it's a great first
Yeah,
quarter of hip hop. I'll tell you that compared to last year at least. So,
man,
um,
facts.
well, how was how you been? How's like the content side, been with you, like as far as like TikTok, YouTube, just in general,
Yeah,
these
yeah.
days?
I mean, yeah, kind of like we were talking about earlier, man. It's been pretty inactive, just because, just getting life kind of organized and situated. Um, but now, well, in 2 weeks, a new schedule is about to start for me because of accepting a
Yeah,
new job. But I think uh, what I'm going to take these next 2 weeks before I start is just trying to load up on as much content, as much music as I possibly can, so that I can at least get into a posting rhythm once I start, and I can kind of get used to that work schedule, and kind of see like, all right, this is about when I get off. This is about when I'll be able to, because I'm probably gonna come here to the studio like right after, um, and just kind of see what my schedule looking like, and about what time I get here, what time I all that stuff. So um, it's good. I'm glad stuff is getting figured out, because there was a lot of stuff up in the air, but um, yeah, it'll be cool to like finally get into a rhythm, and be
yeah,
able to do post consistently, and grow like I've been wanting to.
yeah. Because I remember the last time we talked, I think you were talking about like releasing a lot more music too. I don't know how long ago
Hmm.
that was, but
Yep.
I remember you talking about that. So obviously that's been put on hold. So
Right.
um,
Yeah. It's just getting right with life, and then
yeah,
from there. Yeah. So that happens sometimes, but it's all been for the better, for sure. So
mhm.
um yeah. How about you, man? How's things been going with the pod, and then like obviously like outside of that?
Yeah. I mean, the pod's been good. I've been trying to like, I'm not really growing like as fast as I kind of been wanting to grow. Obviously, I think I get so caught up in like the quality of like the
Yeah.
streams and like the shit that I put on my channel. But I see academics, like he doesn't do anything crazy. He just goes, throws on the camera, it's in a little corner, he just reacts to shit. So and
Right.
I think consistency over quality is something that I'm going to kind of strive for this year. Obviously, I want to do more in real life streams, maybe in real life pods, just networking and stuff. If I can at least try to get to 1,000 subs, that'd be cool. But
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm trying to kind of veer a little bit more towards the live streaming podcasting type of realm. Not really much the interview room. Obviously, I love doing interviews. Like I had an interview lined up this weekend with What's the Dirt actually, but he's been so busy because obviously his videos have been going crazy. Shout out to What's
Right.
the Dirt. Um, yeah, but I'm doing good, and me personally, I'm doing good. Could be a little bit better. I'm kind of looking for a decent job right now,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm sure shit will pan out. I'm a pretty positive person, so
Yeah, and you gotta be. So yeah, man. No, it'll definitely work out, bro. You just gotta keep putting the work in, right? Whatever you know what I'm saying, whatever you're doing, you just gotta show up and then let you know what I'm saying, let God do the rest.
Exactly, bro, exactly. And that's probably another thing too, is kind of like strengthening my relationship with God a little bit too.
Mm-hmm.
Been kind of slacking on that. I feel like
Yeah.
my mind's kind of been focused a little bit too much on just get money, but like not really.
Man, I feel it, dog.
You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like on the back burner, because it's like even with people nowadays, like the economy is so bad, it's kind of like you put that on the side, like on the back burner a little bit more than you probably would. So I'm probably trying to strengthen my spirituality just a little bit more. But that's probably another conversation. But yeah, that's definitely up there too for me. But back to the fuckery, back to the coonery. Back to the coonery. Did you hear Kanye's remix of Like That?
Nah, I saw a post where he was recording it, but I didn't know it was finished. It's already done and everything.
Yeah, I think he might have like debuted it on Justin LeBoy's. I think that's Justin LeBoy's podcast. I think that's something like that. So you should have a topic chat. Should be.
Oh, he has a podcast. I didn't even know that. I just thought it was just a bunch of corny memes and like corny quotes, dog. Hey man, shout out bro. He know his target. He know his audience, man. Like shout out bro. But like man, every time I see one of those, I'm like, man, this shit is mad. This shit is mad corny.
Yeah. Okay. Before I play it, what are your thoughts on like the overall the whole Drake Kendrick shit? Like, who do you think is like winning right now in terms of like maybe just your opinion on it?
Winning,
quote unquote winning.
Yeah. Well, I mean, in terms of like, I'll start with the winning. I definitely think Drake is winning after the last diss. I think, yeah. So I'll say he's winning. But to start from the top, yeah, shout out, bro, flying low. So yeah, man. Like, I mean, obviously, there's people that have kind of summarized the beef and like where it started and all that, and I don't know, it was like late. No, not late. Like in the 2010s, little jabs being thrown here and there, and whatever. Cool. I don't think nothing of it. I think the difference in a beef like this is that it's just straight rap. Like it's in the music. Nobody has a violent past. Nobody is talking about violence in the present or in the future. So me as a hip hop fan, as a rap fan, like I'm like, okay, let's get it. In the words of, what I'm saying, Kendrick, bro. Like, okay, let's get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's get into it. Let's get to these bars. You know what I'm saying? So I think based on what I've heard from Kendrick in the past and his resume, I didn't think a whole lot of what he did. I think he was just popping out. He was like, yo, like, check this out. You know what I'm saying? Like,
so you weren't really impressed by the Like That verse. You weren't really like.
Not that I wasn't like impressed. It's just that I feel like people are evaluating it like it was a full-on diss. You know what I'm saying? Right, like he threw shots and they hit. You know what I'm saying? Like he did it in a way that he did it in I call it in a successfully like a mainstream diss kind of way. Because what you want to do is when you diss somebody, you're a mainstream artist and you drop the song like in a mainstream, platform or whatever, and it's not just like on a SoundCloud or you leak the diss somewhere or whatever. Like if you make that shit available for streaming and it's eligible for Billboard and what I'm saying, it's getting Nielsen sound scans and everything. Right, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if it's eligible in that manner, like, you want to make it a song. You know what I'm saying? You want to make it fire in the context of a song. I think Kendrick did that, and the charts show that. I don't know if it's still number one, obviously because of Taylor Swift dropping on Friday, but
Yeah, Push-Ups is
what's his
actually
name? Like That has been number one since it dropped. You know what I'm saying? So, like, to me, on a commercial side, and then so on a commercial side, so like the impact there, the fact that it's had that lasting power, and then what he actually said. I mean, I think it was for what he was trying to do. I think he did what he was supposed to do. Right? He
Do
called
you
some
think
people
that
out.
was the most? Do you think that was the most memorable verse from Kendrick, like in the last 5 years?
In the last 5 years. He don't
Like,
drop a
if
whole
you
lot
put
of shit. So
aside the,
it's like,
I mean, okay.
yeah,
Well, like,
so,
and like his whole entire outside of like the control verse, like, do you think that was like probably one of the more catchy?
in terms of like this is
Not maybe because I don't really. He doesn't really diss. Like, he kind of throws subs. I don't think he's really direct. Really. This is kind of like the first time I've kind of seen him be direct since the controllers.
right. Okay. I mean, comparing it to Control, like, it's two
And that
different.
was like 2013.
Yeah, and it's two different things, man. Like, Control was. I don't even think people
What do you think
equate
about
too
that?
much. I thought it was fire. Like, the whole song, everybody was kind of puffing their chest out. Jay Electronica, like, all, Big Sean, everybody was puffing their chest out.
Yeah.
I don't think, like, he said names, but he wasn't dissing nobody. He was just like, this is a fucking competition. You know what I'm saying? Like, outside of him naming the people he named, everything he said before, he was like, this is hip hop, and you niggas should know
what
what
he said
time it
after?
is.
What about what he said after though?
What, I'm trying to murder you niggas, trying to make sure your core fans never heard you. Like that ain't specifically at, he's just talking like, I'm trying to be the best. That's all that meant. He wasn't like, Drake, I'm trying to make sure you're, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was.
Yeah. So you think he was trying to keep it hip hop?
He mentioned the people that were like relevant at the time in terms of like his stratosphere. He named a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. People thought there were some people that just weren't used to competition in rap, and they made that shit a lot bigger than it actually was. I'm like, nah, bro, it's just rap is very much like a competition and a braggadocious, like, I'm the best kind of sport. You know what I'm saying? It didn't start that way, but nigga, we here now. So this is what it is. And people are, I don't know, like, I think we went through a period of time where that shit wasn't present for so long that motherfuckers forgot like what it is. You know what I'm saying?
The origins of it,
Yeah. So I think Control was cool. I think he was trying to, again, like, just trying to introduce more competition, because everybody all buddy, and you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like the NBA today. Like, ain't no real, I guess, a couple rivalries here and there, but like, it ain't like the rivalries in the early 2000s.
Even Anthony Edwards, like, in the game today, he was like, Kevin Durant's the greatest. He's the greatest, but he just busted his ass. Like,
yeah, but at least he was coming at him and like chirping like during the game. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
like, we not.
That's true.
If you don't, if you don't want to continue that persona after the game, cool. Like, I don't expect you to. Is, you know what I'm saying? It's a different league, different society, wwhatever. But during the game, niggas not friends, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, talk that shit.
Exactly.
So,
and I think Drake had even pulled up on Kendrick after that Control verse came out, and he was like, "Yo, what is this? Is this just hip hop? Is this like a real beef?" And Kendrick had said even back then, like, "Yo, that was just hip hop." So it's kind of like what you were saying. Oh, it's just hip hop. It's just for the loves, for, you know what I'm saying. But then it's like after that, it's like a string of different subliminals back and forth between them. You know, even with, I think, Drake on the Games record, I think it was called 100. He was talking about, like, you need to go conscious to sell, or something like that. Or I think that was like in 2016, that era. It's just like little slick subliminals that they've been taking for a while. And I kind of feel like Kendrick was kind of the initiator in all this. So seeing this whole, like, how social media is, especially on Twitter, A lot of you niggas are
Yeah,
crazy out there. Y'all narratives are fucking insane, bro. Like it's
facts. Facts.
now Drake's corny for doing the AI stuff yesterday. It's like, oh, he used the voice of Tupac to kind of mock or kind of wake up, I guess, or make Kendrick respond back or something like that. He put a Snoop Dogg AI voice too as well.
That shit was clever. I don't care what nobody gotta say.
Because like if Kendrick did the same thing, we would say it's clever too.
Exactly. Niggas just mad because it was Drake. That shit was clever. Like the bars, the bars was cool, but like it wasn't a bar heavy song. Like he that wasn't the intent. The intent was the story behind it and like kind of, you know what I mean? Like
addressing
just
it.
The concept and the idea. Like that shit was fire. A1. A1. Yeah. So, and the fact that he did it before Kendrick could come out with another response. Like timing is everything in beefs, and when it comes to diss tracks and all that stuff. And yeah, right now I think bro is up. Like I think he's up at least 1, maybe 1.5, because bro did an actual. I'd say the half is because the response was a dedicated. I mean, he talked about some other people too. Yeah. That had smoke for him, I guess, leading up to this point. So he was like, well, while I'm here, let me, get my shit off, about them too. But he brought it back to Kendrick, you know what I'm saying? Like every time. Like he'd say a little something and then back to your little ass, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so wearing a size 7 men's, like all that.
Right. Telling him to drop and give him 50, going back to the contractual, situation. So I think that's where like the half point comes in, having a full track versus just a little, just a verse. And then obviously, responding before he got a chance to say anything. Well, I mean, before he decided to say anything, because he had chances. So.
And that's also another thing what Flying Low said. He said he's really trying to pull tricks and gimmicks. I'm just focused on the bars, and is K-Dot going to give something to back up his fans? Because, that's another thing. The fans just make it that much harder for Kendrick to respond in a timely fashion because y'all are just making all types of excuses every time Drake was on tour when Like That came out. I think he had maybe 4 or 5.
He's still on tour. He got like a couple dates left.
Oh, I thought he finished the tour.
I don't think he's done.
I thought he was. I thought he got off tour or something like that. But
man, let me see, because I don't think he's done.
Because when the Like That came out, I think that was kind of like early April-ish, or might have been maybe late March. Probably early April, and people were just like getting at Drake, like, "Oh, when are you going to respond? When are you going to respond?" Like. The fact that K-Dots were so eager to try to get a response when Kendrick hasn't been this direct in literally 11 years. You've been absent for 11 years, coming off of an album that a lot of people were saying it's like kind of mid, not really what we were looking for. It was a therapy album. Not to say every song is bad, but 5 years for that's kind of crazy. And then you coming out with this, linking up with a guy that's having a recent beef with Drake, it's like, to do that on a featured verse, it's like, oh, okay. Let me ask you this, Biddle. This is another talking point people like to bring up. What do you think about people saying that Kendrick is just kind of like a moment rapper if he's not talking about, conscious stuff or just his typical rapping subjects, that Kendrick is just like a moments rapper? Like he'll come out of nowhere, say some shit real quick about someone else, expect the response back, but not really follow up after that. Or he takes his time after he throws the first jab, he doesn't immediately respond back. Like he hasn't responded to anything. I don't even think he's on social media at this point. Does he have a Twitter? Does he have an IG?
Right, yeah.
What do you think about that?
I know it goes in and out of being active, like inactive, deactivated, whatever. But
yeah.
A moment, right? Well, I mean, I know.
He said, "Nah, he done."
I think Kendrick's always been a rapper that has followed like that traditional model. He's kind of like one of the last of like those rappers from that, early I don't know, like up until like the like pre-streaming era, right? When
Mm-hmm.
there was a lot of time and effort put into projects. They were conceptual.
Mm-hmm.
Artists would drop something, let it live with the people so that people could, they were think pieces. And I think that's been his strategy. I don't think he switched it up in the advent of streaming. So for people to
But what do you
and he's never really been like a high volume shooter. So like I don't.
But when it comes to like rap battles or just being just because I feel like Drake's been tested before. The Pusha T, he's been
Oh,
tested.
facts. I
He
don't think
might have
Kendrick
like
has been.
lost that, but you know,
Yeah, I don't think Kendrick
like
has been. But I mean, now after because him being so this is where like
especially because he
why
kind of initiated it. Kendrick started it
yeah,
technically.
exactly. So like while I give him while I like give that context of like that's the kind of artist he's been in terms of his release frequency and like just what he does,
Mm-hmm.
ain't no excuse for not responding, bro. Like you're Kendrick, you're K Dot. I don't the niggas remember K Dot days when he was just coming at like you know what I'm saying? I'm here.
Rigor Mortis, Kendrick,
You know what I'm
like
saying? Like what is it? No what was it? No room for detox or something like that. Whatever the detox
yeah,
joint was. Yeah,
yeah.
like he was heard of the tire marks when what's his name? I think didn't Iggy try to copy that shit like at one of her shows? Yeah, bro. Like,
I remember that shit.
like that, like K
Yeah,
Dot. We remember K Dot, Kendrick, Kung Fu Kenny, bro, all of that. So you can't have that persona in your music and have that and like and posture in that way and then not shy away from this, bro.
yeah.
Shy away
I think
from
this is
Drake.
probably. I think you remember that moment where like I think Kendrick was on stage with like Dr. Dre and Snoop in the game, and they gave him like
Yeah,
the
when
whole
they
run the West Coast. Yeah,
yeah.
I think that might have gotten to his head a little bit. I think he's just a part time worker now. Like you're Kawhi Leonard and Drake's LeBron. Let's be honest, like.
I don't know if I can
And not to
that,
say
man.
Kawhi's
Like,
bad because he's a Hall of Famer still, but
I don't know if I can say that, man. Because like,
who would you compare him to then? Kendrick
bro,
Lamar.
think about how many like what I think other than right now, this moment, what does he have to prove? He's I think he's earned the luxury in terms of like outside of this, before this shit started, he's earned the luxury to drop when he wants to. And I think he's very much like Andre 3K in terms of what like I don't know if I think I remember him saying this in an interview or something, but like he was like when there's something to talk about, when he has something to say, like he says it. Otherwise, he doesn't want to just add to the noise. I understand that as an artist. Like there's a lot of fucking artists out here that are just dropping every fucking week because they're just trying to build a catalog and play the streaming game. But like, where's the real substance in what they're talking about, like their music? You know what I'm saying? So like I understand that.
Okay.
So what do
you define as having substance in your music? What is substance to you?
Well, I think it's what it means to him. And I think to him, it's new messages and like new impact. And he's not really, I think that when he's putting stuff out and when he's constructing, storylines and narratives and whatever, I don't think he's trying to say the same thing twice.
Okay. So every time Kendrick drops a project, do you think none of those projects have any similar? Because like with Kanye, his creativity, I can literally pinpoint the differences between every single album, from College Dropout to Late Registration. They all had a theme. There was like, even the production was kind of like in a whole different direction, but it's still kind of Kanye. And it kind of was Kendrick too as well, but I feel like
Kendrick is the same.
Kanye was more consistent. You know what I'm saying? It's like I can't really penalize a guy just because he's a little bit more consistent. Just because the other person, even though he does have a lot of substance and he has one one of the greatest catalogs ever. It's Kendrick Lamar. Like, I'm not gonna take that away from him.
But they're different kind of artists, though.
Yeah.
They're different kind of artists. But
it's like we've been bringing up the big three for so long. It's like we have to, like, that's just what we do, even in basketball. Like, Jokic isn't really Giannis, but we compare them still. Like, they're like the top 4, 5, 6 players in the league, so we kind of have to compare them.
Yeah, but whenever I've heard big three, like in terms of, I've always thought of it in terms of like rapping ability, like overall success as an artist. That's a lot of different stuff. That's accolades like Grammys and Billboard hits and #1. Like that, it's a lot of stuff. And Kendrick got more Grammys than both of them niggas combined.
I mean, we could do Grammys.
Not Kanye. I mean, Kanye, you know what I'm saying? But the Grammy count is high. Okay. Yeah, but the Grammy count is high. I think Kanye got more than Kendrick, but Kendrick got a lot of fucking Grammys too. So, I mean, in terms of #1s and commercial success, I mean, Drake is shitting on everybody. So, like,
yeah.
It's
that's
different.
Why it kind of evens out a little bit. So at that point,
yeah.
I see what you mean, where it comes down to just how good do you rap. I get that.
And if you coming from that perspective, then Kendrick is definitely like top 3 currently rapping right now.
Oh yeah, for sure.
He just is. You know what I'm saying? But like, I don't give him a pass when it comes to the beef, bro. Like, nah, you gotta respond, bro. Like, it's not. I'm
just like, you have to, if you started it with the control verse, y'all been selling each other for a good part of 9-10 years, and then you come back out again and reignite the fire again.
Like, it takes, and like, then, bro, I know your rapping, your writing ability, bro. Like, it takes you no time to nigga get in the booth, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's time, bro. It's time. I don't know what the hold up is.
People are starting to say Kendrick is lazy. He's like hip hop's Lauryn Hill. He's just not his. Hey. I've heard a lot of different takes on Twitter, bro. Like,
I don't know. So, I don't know what it is. I know it's not capability. I know it's not that.
I don't think
it's got to be some external factors, bro. Like, I don't know what's going on, bro. But Fam need to go ahead and I don't know, man.
I don't know if he's just being a true Gemini, because I'm hearing you in 2022 talk about, oh, my auntie's a man now. It sounds like a therapy type of album. You're saying on the project, like, oh, I don't know how Drake and Kanye made up, but I don't even know how they did that. That could never be me. In the same breath. So it's like, it's kind of like,
yeah, bro, that was 2 years ago. So no excuses, bro.
And then now it's like, oh, I'm smashing T's and burning tattoos. It's up, like,
right.
I'm kind of confused here, Kendrick. What is this? If I was Drake,
I'd be man.
Like, what is this, Kendrick? Are you serious? Or are you just doing the same shit you did in 2013? Where it's just hip hop. It's just hip hop.
I hope he what was I about to say, man? I hope he doesn't pull a J. Cole. That's all I'm saying.
I don't see a world where Kendrick ever apologizes.
Not even an apology, just bowing out. Like, no, bro.
That's the thing. I feel like his fans will still give him an excuse, even if he doesn't have to rap. That's like, I like to joke around and say, if Kendrick didn't drop at all this year, I think
he does.
The narrative would still be there that he's still better than Drake. He has a better, arguably a better catalog than Drake, you could argue. This is what I think the K-Dot fans would say. I personally don't think this, but you know how K-Dot.
Yeah, man, and they can live in their little bubble all they want to, but like, nah, man, to the rap enthusiast public at large, like, nah, bro, that'd be a massive L if he just didn't rap, if he didn't drop another one.
Or what do you think about, okay, so if he does respond, but because I heard Maul from Rory and the Maul podcast, he was talking about Kendrick's going to drop a project in May, and this might be part of his rollout for that project in May, and he might drop like a Heart Part 6, which is ironic, towards Drake as a response for that project. That's what I was hearing. I don't know if that's true, but If this is all
May,
for his rollout for Kendrick's album,
I guess. I guess May is right around the corner.
It's not gonna
But
be
that's still like 2 weeks. That's what yesterday. What today is the 20th, so 19. So because it's all Fridays, so the 19th.
Yeah,
so
I think
the
it's been a full
26th.
7 days now.
Yeah, so the 26th. So he would have to drop like May, what, 6th, 5th, 4th. He'd have to drop May 3rd.
May 3rd.
And I don't even like this week in between. Like I would much rather him drop on it. Maybe if the Heart joint comes out April 26th, and then the following Friday is the project.
The way it's looking, bro, I haven't heard a peep from. I haven't even heard anything from Baby King.
That's what I'm saying. That's a problem. Like man.
I don't think he's dropping anytime soon.
That's a problem. That's a fucking problem, man.
It's just that Kendrick's fans just make it worse. Like it's just so unrealistic. Oh, the AI shit is corny. Tupac would be he probably wouldn't even like Drake if he heard that. People are going at Snoop Dogg just because they heard Snoop Dogg AI voice. It's like, bro.
I didn't even know they had a Snoop Dogg AI out there. That surprised me.
Yeah. Did you hear like the full song?
Yeah. I just didn't know that. Like, I've kind of messed around with like some of the existing like, whatever they're called, like the AI protocols and stuff, and you get like this list of artists. I never saw like Snoop Dogg on there before, but that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's snapped, man. It's definitely the A+ for creativity for sure. For creativity and timeliness. Like that shit was funny. Yeah. So yeah, he gotta respond, man. I'm what was I about to say? Like people, there were some people saying that like they wouldn't listen to J. Cole anymore, or J. Cole shit ain't gonna hit the same because of how, like whatever happened. I don't give a fuck about all that. Like I'll still listen to J. Cole's music if it dropped. Mm-hmm. That'll be in the back of my head, but it ain't gonna take away from the quality of his music. I'm somebody that can separate the art from the artist. So
do you think that affects how people look at him though, as far as like hip hop greats?
Some people, like when they having that conversation, like it'll be a chink in his armor for sure. But like Drake got a chink in his armor too because he lost to Pusha. So
that's true.
He said it ain't gonna hurt Drake, and yeah, it's not gonna hurt Drake because it wasn't I think the way he lost, like people understood. It's like, oh, okay, like what? And he talked about it. He was like, bro dropped breaking news. Like I had a bet, you know what I'm saying? And like, wow, you won. Like there's nothing. There's nothing else I can say to that. You know what I'm saying? And like, and it's two different levels of celebrity. So if he broke some kind of secret about Pusha, it's like how many people in the general public are gonna give a fuck about that versus you breaking some news like that about a pop star. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, man. Different kind of loss to me.
So I got a clip of the Like That remix that Kanye had dropped. I'm probably gonna see if I can play it here.
All right.
Might be a little laggy. Just saying now. Don't got the best internet in the world, but
all good.
Reshare it from my Twitter. Let's see. This was him playing it.
That's what it is. But I did do this Like That remix though. I think that's what you was wanting to lead into and shit. Let me see.
You got the Like That remix. I don't believe Ye jumped on the Like That remix.
You know we had to get the hooligans up here. We're gonna take this pussy nigga out. Yo, Dot, I got you.
He was once a thought from a
Oh my God! You hearing it first on the download. Just a boy respectfully gay, nigga. Oh my God, it's up.
Can't stop, won't stop. I just fucked your bitch in a Sean John tank top.
Hold up. Run that shit back.
You know we had to get the hooligans up here. We're gonna take this pussy out.
Shut up so we can hear it.
Wow.
That dude look like D-Frame, bro.
When Ye come on some shit, oh, it's really up.
DJ Ye
really
up here.
God.
If you like
Can't stop, won't stop. I just fucked your bitch in a Sean John tank top. Treat a bad bitch like she average.
Whoa.
I treat a bad bitch like a fat bitch. And they never let me get money again. All my cats wiggers when they get funny again. Yeah, you see they tried to count me out. I like that. We just hit a number one. We right back. Down on the bottom, 500 up at the top. Titanium grills, call that smile on the rock. I done had everything that you're able to get. I ain't been in drill too. I ain't gonna lie, it was chopped.
Hey, another wine, volume 1. Then it's 2 and 3. Vultures on repeat.
Still feel like Pablo, drug dealer street. Pluto sent the drones, a hit like Metro Beats. It's a rap for niggas. Where's Lucien? Serve your master, nigga. You caught a little bag for your masters, didn't you? Lifetime deal, I feel bad for niggas. Y'all so out of sight, out of mind.
Oh my
I
God,
can't
you
even
hearing
think
him
from a
first.
Drake line.
Like that
Play J.
remix.
Cole, get the pussy dry.
Yeah.
Play this shit back 130 times.
Young dope dealer selling dope, is you like that?
Wow.
Kicking those, kicking in those,
Yeah.
is you like that? Young throw niggas
Yeah,
selling
Future back
lows, is you
together.
like that? All 24,
Yeah,
you
Kendrick
on
back
gold,
rapping
is you
together.
like that? Niggas from the bottom really like that.
Yeah.
Stepping in
Metro
balance,
drums
if you
is
like
still
that.
hitting, huh?
Pop another bottle.
Here
if
it
you
goes.
like that.
Wow.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my God.
You just copied what I said.
That shit was whack, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
What you think about that, bruh? Yeah, I think that shit was trash. I ain't gonna lie.
That shit was whack.
The drums were hitting though. I will say how he reproduced it. That shit was kind of the beat. How he reproduced it. That was hard. I fucked with
Yeah,
the drums, but
I mean, you know, but nigga, this ain't a reproduction beef. Like this is like what is
reproduction beef.
right? Like what is you? This ain't a producer beef, bro. Like nah, you know what I'm saying? Like what are you on right now? Like we going bars for bars. Like that shit was booty cheeks.
Man.
So yeah, I'm gonna just disregard whatever that was. That's
And then he was like trying to bring up J. Cole and like I guess he's addressing false prophets that came out like what 7-8 years ago. It's like Kanye's always gonna find a way to make it about himself. I don't know about these Geminis. These Geminis, they're I don't know what it is, man. I don't know what it is,
man.
bro.
That was a voice we weren't that's like when it's niggas arguing like in the crib. It's like your homeboys, like everybody talking and shit, and then there's one voice just come out and everybody get quiet and they said some shit, and then it's fucking crickets for like 5 seconds, and then everybody get back to talking. Like that's what that was. Like, bro, that was just not needed. Like, what are you talking about, bro?
And then Justin LaVoy didn't make it any better too. He's like dick riding. Oh my god, bro!
The whole man.
Stop.
I'm just kind of like baffled that bro even looked like that. Like I was like fam look crazy, man. He looked like a mix between like 3 different people.
You said this is Ye without the sweatshop, bro. I can see why Ye has a little bit of help. Shout out to Sci-Hi. Shout out to Consequence. You know what I'm saying? I don't knock anyone having co-writers, by the way. I know a lot of people are like, oh, he has people who help it. I'm pretty sure Jay has had help on his shit too, as well. Like, I'm pretty sure Drake has had writing credits on a lot of Jay's shit too in the past, and Kanye too. So I'm not against co-writers.
I am.
Maybe ghostwriters is another story a little bit. That's
I
like,
am. In rap, I am. Like, nah, bro, write your shit. Come on, bro.
Yeah, me personally, I wouldn't do
doing?
it. But if a nigga needed help to make it better, if it sounds good, like D-Fran says, and the great D-Fran says, if it sounds good, hey, that's all I really care about. Now, the authenticity, like, was that really you? Is that your pen? I get it. Like,
it's just weird. It's just fucking weird, man. I don't want nobody writing from like, I don't know. It's always coming from me and my authentic story, my experience, my everything. It's like I'm not trying to. I don't know. It's weird, bro. Like I guess you could, if somebody was trying to,
because of like the reference tracks that came out with Drake.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of why all the more reason for Kendrick to be responding to this nigga. Like Drake can write, niggas like I know that, but I'm like, come on, bro, like. Bro, don't even write all his own shit all the time, bro. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Do you think there's a difference in an artist that's of Drake's caliber, like a person like Drake getting a reference track for, songs like Hotline Bling, songs like Hold On We're Going Home, compared to like maybe at 8 a.m. in Charlotte, 5 a.m. in Toronto, Omuerta, songs like that? You think there's like a little bit of a difference there, or do you think it's just all the same? Like if you have any kind of help in any way, your entire career is discredited, or your entire pen. So I don't think Drake's a bad writer. I think he can write.
I understand. No, I understand that. I think,
but even some of the greatest writers might get a little bit of help sometimes.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It depends. I
think J. Cole writes the majority of his shit, so I'll never say anything about J. Cole's pen ever.
Yeah,
I haven't even heard anything about that. So
it's tricky because, like, I understand it, but it's still just like a weird space. I don't know if I don't know if I could do it just because like I get it, like he got the reference track for like Hotline Bling and like Rico and stuff like that, and they give you like a skeleton, right? And then you take that and it's like, okay, I'm not gonna copy what he's saying, but like maybe I'll use this flow but write myself, or stuff like that. So like I don't know. There's melody and then there's words and lyrics. So
right, yeah. I see what you mean.
I don't know, man. If I ever was to do it, it would be more from like a melodic standpoint. But yeah, I'm not taking somebody else's words that they've written for me, and nah, it's just not, because it's not me. It's not coming from me.
I mean, I'm trying to justify it in my head. Me personally, again, I would never do it because like I feel like my pen is decent enough to where I don't necessarily need. Like, I'm not terrible at hooks, and I'm not terrible at, like, punchlines, so I don't really need help in that regard. I can see why an artist like Drake could probably use a writer as far as, like, melodies, like you said, maybe flow patterns, cadences, But
you know why I think it works for him? Because I don't think his brand is so much like, is so personal.
Shout out to Flying Low. You said you're the most logical panel member I've had. Shout out to D-Fran too. Shout out to D-Fran, all them boys too. Lando, Bryce. You know what I'm saying?
No,
I like having Biddle, of course.
No, I think I think the reason why Drake gets away with it is because like his brand isn't on. I don't think it's been built on like sharing raw, authentic stories. You know what I'm saying? Like how Drake talks about his life compared to how Kendrick and J. Cole talk about their lives and their music. Like, how much do you think like,
I think that's why I think Nothing Was the Same as a classic, because I think that's probably the album that gave me the closest look into who I think this person is.
Like, who is Drake for real versus like, who is Kendrick versus like who is like Good Kid, Mad City.
Like, I know everything I need to know right there.
You know what I'm saying? Versus, and then even J. Cole, like, you know what I'm saying, like the projects that he's dropped in terms of, sharing his life. How much more shocked would you be, and how much shocked and kind of disappointed maybe would you be if you heard that they had, you know what I'm saying, like ghostwriters versus Drake? Like, what was Rico? What was Know Yourself? I think that was one of the songs he had a ghostwriter for it too, right? Yeah. When those tracks leaked. So like, just think about those two.
Those aren't the most lyrical songs. Yeah, I see what you mean.
No, like that. Neither one of them songs was about bro. Running through the six with anybody, cause any nigga from Toronto could say that. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
that ain't super specific to you, bro. So like,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. But that's why for me, I don't really.
But if Money Trees had a fucking Ghost Rider, be like, yo, what?
Oh, well, yeah. You know
what I'm saying? So it's just.
But the thing is, like a lot of those songs on Good Kid, if you look at the writing credits, just the writing credits, I know a lot of producers and engineers have writing credits too as well, but a lot of those songs have like 7, 8, 9 people that have writing credits. So unless it's just they're crediting every person that did every drum, every melody, every that. I'm not gonna say he has writers, but that's kind of.
I personally think it's like again, like I don't know if he got any writing help with the lyrics. I couldn't see it. But if somebody gave him, like, if you in the studio with your homies and bro come up with a, I don't know, like y'all, you know what I'm saying, how motherfuckers like just hum to the beat and do whatever. And if you listening to Money Trees and he like, hey, hey, and then like Kendrick take that and run with it. Okay, I get it. You know what I'm saying? That makes sense. But if bro was like writing his verse, gave him like verse 2 or verse 1 or half of it, you know, then I'm like, all right, nah, that's wild, you know?
Yeah.
So
he said hella samples get credited. That's true.
And samples too. And they had quite a few samples on Good Kid, Mad City.
Yeah.
Money Trees, the joint we talking about, like that, like you gotta credit every fucking writer from the original song. So I don't think he had any like writers writing his, you know, writing a song for him.
Yeah. So your take on the whole Kendrick Drake thing is like Kendrick has to drop within like a week, or is he on like any clock? Because I see a lot of people on Twitter saying Kendrick isn't on no clock. Oh, Drake's taunting is enough to show how much aura Kendrick has. And I'm like, shut the fuck up. This is hip hop. What are we saying?
For me, I feel like for me that window kind of closed already. Like bro already gave him like a nasty haymaker. You know what I'm saying? So
it's
like
number one on the charts right now. So it's on DSP.
Like the 10, like the 10 count, bro. Like I don't am I gonna listen regardless of when it drops? Like, yeah, I am. But I think I think all I can say is that like the impact just gradually lessens with the time that passes. So that's what I can say. But is anybody ever really on a clock? Like, no.
What do you think about this tweet? This guy said Kendrick is on no clock. Drake's taunting is enough to show that he wants Kendrick to jump in with a rushed record when his internet shenanigans have reached their peak. It's easier.
Cap, that's cap right there, because Drake didn't have what the fuck is that shit called? What did he call it officially? Push-ups or whatever?
Yeah,
he didn't have that. He didn't have that shit in the tuck. What are we talking about here, bro?
I think he said he penned it in an hour.
That's what I'm saying. Like he didn't. That's what bro talking about, the rushed record. Like Drake didn't have that shit sitting. He didn't have that shit sitting there.
And people were the narrative was that Kendrick had a diss record from 4 years ago that he was planning to drop. As soon as Drake dropped the response, that was the initial plan that Kendrick fans were saying. Oh, he's going to drop this from 4 years ago. It's going to destroy the game.
It's easier to control the narrative when bots, loyal fans. So I'm gonna break down each. I'm gonna break down all these. So bots. What bots? Loyal fans. Nigga, if anything, that's you on Kendrick.
Exactly.
Music articles. What articles? What articles are declaring Drake the winner? Or spinning the narrative or controlling the narrative?
Outside of maybe like certain media personalities, I don't see like articles or blogs.
Yeah, like what articles? Side. They behind. They behind. They just now posting the fact that he did this second diss. It ain't even
Yeah.
no opinion one way or the other. They're just like, oh shit, by the way, Drake did. So okay, so memes.
I do see a lot of memes though. I do see a lot of memes on both sides though. So it's like,
Yeah, and the memes are coming because of timeliness. Like what? What do you bro, if you getting roasted in the lunchroom, you getting embarrassed. And then you come back the next day, you come back to lunch tomorrow with some bars, with some like nobody cares, bro. You lost.
yeah,
You got humiliated.
exactly.
You know
That's
what I'm
a great
saying? Like,
analogy to bring up. Exactly.
yeah, like what are we talking about here, dog? People, yeah, man.
Podcasters and streamers are portraying you as the winner. Podcasters and streamers, I feel like those are probably the most unbiased, I feel like, because a lot of those podcasters and streamers, the ones at least that I watch, Charlemagne is giving it to Drake. Joe, even though he hates Drake's guts at a personal level, is still giving it to Drake because he's keeping it hip hop. A lot of these platforms or podcasters and streamers are giving it to the guy that's more consistent. Kendrick isn't. That's been the tale of his.
That's what I'm saying, bro. It's timeliness. Timeliness is everything in a beef, bro. Like like you can't just not respond. So yeah, he is on a clock. There's no. It's arbitrary, like yeah, but there's like there's no. It's not a timer, but it's a clock, and the clock is ticking. And the more the clock ticks, the less the impact is going to be. It's not going to be like, oh, well, at the end of 2 weeks, oh, nobody gives a fuck. It's like we're just going to give less of a fuck the more time that goes on. He's hurting himself right now.
The Kendrick fans are giving him the benefit of the doubt because like that's actually a plus in Kendrick's favor. The fact that he doesn't drop as frequently as he does, he'll always have an out no matter what, at least with his fans. That might not be the majority of the public perception, I feel like, but
yeah,
his fans will always defend because he's real rap, right? Anyone that's like real rap or more has substance, this, that, and the third. It's like even when Drake said on the AI diss that he dropped yesterday, bro, he was like, damn, bro, if you're gonna come hard in that New York apartment with that pimp, I know you struggling, you better come with some quadruple entendres because I don't see you winning. The more you wait, the time is ticking. You know what I'm saying?
Honestly, bro, I think bro should. Well, I don't know. I think if I feel like he has Drake has like another diss like just lined up waiting for Kendrick. I think if Kendrick don't drop this upcoming week, he should just drop that shit and 3-peat and just call it a day. Because then motherfuckers really not gonna care.
Unless Drake, I've never really seen Drake be this confident too, especially with the guy that's been compared to you like the majority of your career. Like, I'm never going to underestimate his pen. He did it to Meek, but then again, Meek isn't Kendrick, as they say.
Well, no, he's not. But in terms of timeliness, like that nigga, like Meek did come back with something, but the shit was weak. Then bro just went one after another. And hit back to back. That's what I'm saying. Like, bro, need to just go ahead and I think if he has a back to back in the tuck in terms of roasts or punchlines that are directed at Kendrick, and the record itself is catchy, and it something again like it's a song.
And even I thought it was catchy enough. It might be a little bit on the lyrical side a little bit. I thought it was catchy enough, but
I think if he has one of those that motherfuckers can play back and there's replay value, I would drop that shit next week if Kendrick don't drop. And it would the battle would be over at that point.
I just don't understand because I kind of feel like Kendrick is like, how could you come with that such enthusiasm on a song where obviously this whole thing was stemmed off of a Future and Drake beef? Like that's kind of like, I guess the main reason why he got on that was kind of to fuck with Drake. But even Drake mentioned that it's like niggas linking with the ops just to get at me. Like, you're literally everything that Drake is saying is almost like some prophecy shit where he's seeing what you're gonna do before you actually do it. He's playing chess.
That's what I'm saying.
Kendrick was playing checkers in that moment because it's like you don't really know what Drake has on you. And you said it while he was on tour. So it's like obviously you're trying to make it seem like, oh, Drake has to put out a project. He has to put out something ASAP. Oh, you heard what he said. You're on the clock, Drake. You're on the clock. As soon as he gets off tour, he posts a little picture about like a whole trophy and a notepad. So you clearly can see where his mindset is.
At his ass.
Within that same week he drops.
Getting at his ass.
And then now Kendrick is nowhere to be found. Where, like, I don't see, like, if this was the other way around, we would be on Drake's head right now. We would be on his ass. Like, why aren't you dropping Mr. Hitmaker? Oh, I drop almost every other year. Why aren't you dropping Drake? That's what you do, right? You're the GOAT. And Drake is doing exactly what you're supposed to do if you're the GOAT. Responding. Whether you think it's bad or good, just so happens to be it's Drake and he's going to put out fire regardless.
Oh, shit. Hold on.
You know what I'm saying? I could still, like, respect it at a certain level. But Kendrick, all of these Kendrick dick riders, like, I love Kendrick. I'm a Cali nigga. I was born and raised in Southern California. Like, I understand, like, the bias that y'all have towards him just because he's a conscious rapper. We don't really have many conscious rappers in the industry right now at that level. I feel like outside of Cole, maybe. So I understand why people are biased a little bit for Kendrick. But if the guy is not consistent, this is the NBA. This is the big leagues, dog. If you haven't been relevant since 2018 musically or 2019, I'll stretch it to 2019. Like, I'm not going to give you the benefit of the doubt just because your catalog, oh, he drops classic projects. Whenever he drops, it's a classic project. Well, that same guy has been doing that when you were around as well. In your prime as well. He's been doing it when you were gone, and he's doing it now still. I kind of can't give you credit, bro. Like, I gotta be unbiased,
man. That's what I'm saying. I ain't got no. I'm a Kendrick fan, bro. Like, don't get it twisted, but nah, man. Like, you gotta call a spade at the end of the day, and he ain't. You gotta drop something, dog. You gotta respond.
What do you think? Because like Drake's whole energy now, it's like I don't think a lot of people expected Drake to have this much energy. Like, with
me neither.
Specifically, yeah. Do you think Drake might have like maybe some dirt on him or some shit? Is he like? Because he mentioned a lot about TDE having to give TDE half or 50%. A lot of shit that he addressed in that shit.
Yeah, I think
dirt on him because like that's the only reason I could see why he's not dropping.
I think he might. I don't know. I am, my first initial thought is like, I don't see why that fact, him having some knowledge, would just, make Kendrick shy away from, but like, I didn't think he was going to take this long to respond either. So, evidently, I don't know, bro, like that. My camera's, I'm going to have to use the...
Yeah, you good. Yeah, because I would expect this from Drake, honestly, because he backed out of the Pusha T shit. So
I'm gonna have to use this one, man. Fuck it.
You straight.
Yeah, man.
That's something I would expect from Drake because he backed out of the Pusha T shit. So if it's Kendrick now, I would expect him to do the same. Like, I didn't want to go there with Kendrick. It was gonna get too personal. I would expect that from Drake, but Drake is standing on it. I don't know, man. I don't know what y'all want Drake to do. I feel like niggas just hate Drake for whatever. He's the white boy. I don't know what else it would be. Like,
I fuck with his diss too. Like Rick Ross's was cool, but I respect
it. He came out same day, I think, right?
Yep, same day. I just don't think he's big. He's not big enough. He's not relevant enough for people to care.
And even then, I don't even think their beef was like that personal to where like it elicits a response back. Like,
but like, yeah, I don't think people care enough. Like Rick Ross didn't have a like that. He didn't have a song that That's what I'm saying, bro. Like mainstream, like rap battle, like rap beef or whatever. But the difference between like beefs and battles, like rap battles and shit, like whatever, like none of that. Like, yeah, you gotta have a crowd on your side, you know what I'm saying, whatever. But like it lives and stays there, you know what I'm saying. And maybe it's in like rap battle lore, but like niggas don't. That shit don't hit the mainstream like that for real. Like if you want to win beef, it's all about like marketing is huge, and like how you execute is huge. If you don't have a song with lasting power, you're not gonna win. You're just not. So I guess, you know, I don't think Rick Ross was trying to create anything with lasting power and like try to make a back-to-back or a like that or whatever. So, but that's why nobody really gives a fuck about anything but these two tracks, because like that was so popping, you know what I'm saying? And like it was hella people. I don't know, it had some kind of TikTok trend for a little bit. So like it was number one on the charts. Had to say something. And he did.
Yeah.
Twice.
He did.
So
Twice.
Now,
Exactly.
So now I was like, all right, bro, like drop your song now. Like you got a little verse, that's cool, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like drop your song.
Do you think he's gonna drop? At this point, bro, if Drake drops again before the end of the month, I don't think he's dropping. I think Drake is on his own shit. If it gets into May and there's not even a single word, not an announcement, not a social media post, Baby Keem doesn't say shit, I think Drake just moves on from this and takes the W. But then again, I feel like that'll be around the time where Kendrick drops. I think like in his mind, he's kind of moving like Jay-Z, where he's like, I'm so respected in rap, I don't really have to respond to you yet. I can respond. I've been afforded the luxury of responding whenever I want, type shit. Whereas I feel like Drake should actually get that luxury, honestly, because he's been so consistent. But it's like Kendrick is so respected in rap compared to Drake, to some people, to where I feel like he's probably not going to drop. I like to make the joke, like I'm not. A lot of people were giving Kendrick like maybe a month or two to drop, which I feel like is crazy. I was like, at this point, I'll give Kendrick 2 years, because I don't want no excuse when you do drop and it's mid. Because if it's mid, it's not going to be a good. Like you'll still be Kendrick, but
yeah, I know it's not going to be mid, but I don't know, man.
Like the longer you wait, bro, like the public, hey,
yeah, the expectations are gonna increase, and whether or not, you know, people forget about it, be like, all right, well, that nigga lost. What time is it? I gotta wrap at 9:30. But I think like I said, man, honestly, bro, like if I was Drake, I'd drop one more time. I'd just go ahead and drop that joint he got. I'm pretty sure he got another one. I will go ahead and drop that this upcoming Friday, if Kendrick don't drop nothing, or if he get wind of a release date for his album. If he get wind of a release date for an album, bro, I would drop it same day as the album, and that shit would just be hilarious. Like number one single. Like I think that's what yeah. So I because right now he's up, like balls in Kendrick's court right now. So I think he's cool. If he does drop again, I might have to give that nigga the fuck, like that nigga to go, bro. Fuck it. But yeah, man. But nah, yeah, Kendrick, man, the sooner the better, obviously. If 2 weeks go by, like this upcoming Friday and that first Friday in May, and nothing, losing respect for my mans, bro. Still gonna listen to whatever music he dropped, but the respect factor is just is gonna be gone, bro. Like that's crazy, man.
What if he responds and there's like a legitimate reason why he didn't respond, because he's been doing so much research with this?
No, I don't want to hear it, bro. This ain't no fucking. This ain't no fucking PhD dissertation, nigga. Like this ain't no research paper, bro. You writing a song, nigga. Like, nah, man.
Hey, bro, I feel like that might be the K-Dot fans might agree if he comes out like, I had to wait.
Fuck the fans, bro. Like nobody cares about that, man.
Like, you know how Mr. Morale, when he was saying like how many days he was gone, and then he came back like on the intro of Mr. Morale, he was saying like 400 something days. Like, what if he said, "Oh, it's been 35 days"?
Yeah, man. I mean, that's cool for the project, obviously, but like, nah, man, you can't. Fuck that, bro. Anybody trying to hear that,
bruh? But wait, before we get off, I gotta show you this video. I seen this and I was dead. They said this was K-Dot's response.
This nigga Shiggy.
Yo, this shit had me weak.
It's impossible. That impossibles. That's impossible. That is impossible. In the vegetables, eating the vegetables, vegetables, schedules, second the vegetables, take the time to mental, but shuts on the zone, the stretch mental. Extraordinary, the Lord is extraordinary.
You got the you got that. That shit funny.
He raps like that, or in any kind of cadence in that way, bro, ain't gonna lie.
He ain't. Nah, I'm pretty sure he'd come with the same kind of high energy as he did on Like That. So, or the viciousness, like, yeah, he just need whatever he got, bro. You just need to go ahead and.
What do you think about, like, what if Kendrick dropped like maybe like a Kendrick and Metro type of project? Do you think that one might?
We don't care anymore, bro. Like. Fam already told him to shut your whole ass up and make some drums. Like, niggas don't care about mention. Like,
he linking with the drums guy. Then okay, you said that I'll link with the drums guy.
Read the room. It's 20v1, bro. It's 20v1. We don't. Dog. Any association with Metro is already a L, and when it comes to a response, like, bro already got bodied. He can't retort because he's not even a fucking rapper. Like. Nigga, that's like shut your ass up and make some drums, nigga. Like you're done. You're done, bro.
Shit,
like next.
This shit made like the year that much more exciting because like last year around this time, we was talking about Ice Spice having song of the year, bro. So I'm just happy we got two of the greats right now because like me and D-Fran like to bring it up too as well. Like. I don't see outside of like the big three. I don't see like for this decade, like what would be the big three for this decade? I don't even know what it would be, honestly. Lil Baby, 21,
nope.
Cardi,
nope.
It's like we're comparing that to like even like 2010 to 2020. We got Drake, we got Kendrick, we got Big Sean, we got J. Cole, we got Wiz Khalifa, we got Mac Miller, we got Tyga, so many different types of artists.
Throw Tyler the Creator in there. He a little older, or a little younger than Tyler. But throw Tyler in there.
Even Wale,
Wale, yeah. I was never really like a big Wale fan, but
it was like we compare that to now. It's like we got Lil Baby, we got Playboy Cardi, we got Uzi, we got.
And respect to all them. They're just different kind of rappers. Like it's just not the same. So
unless someone comes out and blows up in the next year or two, it's not looking good for the next big three. Once Drake, J. Cole, and them hang it up,
I gotta blow up because
facts.
Man, if a nigga like Lil Yachty was trying to beef with me, like shout out Yachty, but I'm dragging you.
I'm not gonna deny his pen, bro. He got a reference track for Drake, man. Hey, you can't deny his pen.
I'm washing that nigga, dog. Washing that nigga, bro.
And it's never too late to blow up either, because Tizo Touchdown, he blew up, I think, last year, and he's 30 years old too as well. Most people don't even know that. So it don't matter how old you are, bro. If you got good music, it will be heard.
Facts, sure. especially in today's era with content and everything. And yes, I feel like all those barriers are gone, are done. So yeah, man. But nah, niggas, it's straight spin cycle for anybody, like all these niggas, man.
Talk
Yeah.
your shit, nigga.
Yeah. Nah, man. Niggas don't want no problems over here.
We need some more Biddle music. When do we get in more
I know,
Biddle
man.
music, bro? When do we
It's
get
coming,
in more,
bro.
bro? I need the bars, bro. I need inspiration because I've been slacking too myself, bro. I really have.
Yeah, no, it's definitely coming, bro. I got like 5. I think it's like at least 5 demos. And I'll call a demo something that's been like completely written, you know, like everything. I just gotta like record like final like final, you know what I'm saying, final takes. And then I think I've been going back and forth with like using an engineer, bro. I think I'm gonna actually do that. It'll just be a lot, at least for this first wave of music, just so that I can get some stuff out there consistently. And then
because
then I'll get to engineering my own shit again. Yeah. So there's a studio out here that one of my homies goes to, and I like the quality of his songs. So I'll probably go over there and like sit in with the engineer and, you know, just have him do that at least for this first wave. And then after that, you know, we'll see. But yeah, it's about time, dog. And I got 2 weeks and some change to go ahead and knock some stuff out. So no excuses, bro. I got some shit coming.
Yeah, same here, bro. I got, you know what I'm saying, get my shit right, then I'm right back on it, bro. Because I haven't dropped probably since last September. It's been a while for me.
Yep. I think October for me. End of October, early November, something like that. So yeah, I gotta drop 2.
Yeah, bro. But shit, I know you gotta go, my brother. So shit, let the people know where to find you. Twitter, Instagram, all that good shit, bro.
Yeah, not super active on Twitter, but my main 3 profiles, my main 3 accounts are TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. If you type in Biddle, Biddl3, you'll find me. I'm a Biddle music on TikTok, but you just type in Biddle, you'll find me.
What does that
Spotify,
mean?
all that stuff. What's up?
What does that 3 mean in Biddle? I always wanted to ask you that.
So my name is Denver Biddle3. Like that's my suffix. So yeah, I just incorporated it in the name. So yes, sir.
All right. Well, shit. Can't wait to see what Kendrick drops. If he drops. Who fucking knows?
If he
it's
drops.
probably the biggest if the biggest if this year.
Right.
But yeah, bro, appreciate you coming on, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, we can always chop it up whenever you're free, whenever just talk about regular shit. But yeah, I appreciate you coming on, bro.
Yeah, appreciate the invite, man.
Yeah, no doubt. I don't know if I'll stream tomorrow, guys, but hey, probably the next time I stream will probably be whenever some shit happens or if Kendrick drops. Who knows? I gotta do some shit. Bro.
Right. Hopefully, man. Bro need to go ahead and do that.
Yeah, bro. But if you're not liking, subscribe. Make sure you like and subscribe. MicDrop Podcast. Follow me on Instagram at Wordy the Dude. Follow the Twitter page at Drop the Damn Mic. I'm trying to be more active on the podcast Twitter a little bit too as well. So make sure you go follow on there. And, you know, obviously follow my YouTube page, MicDrop Podcast. I was supposed to do an interview with What's the Dirt, but he's been kind of his videos going viral, so I get it. And he's trying to break down the Rick Ross diss. He's trying to break down all these disses. So we'll get him on. It's no rush. So, but yeah, shout out to all of y'all in the chat. Shout out to Flying Low. Shout out to D-Fran. Shout out to Lando. Shout out to everyone that watches and supports. Really appreciate it. And we'll be back.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying?